Manifestation is no longer valid. I didn't manifest my business. I worked hard for it. Have you been seeing these messages? Have you been seeing people send the message that manifestation is no longer valid? Well, I have, which is what sparked this video. And in this video, I'm going to talk about not only that manifestation is still valid, that it is still a thing. I'm going to give you 4 reasons why it is. All right, so grab a drink, sit down, get comfortable, because we're going to break this down in this video today. If you are new here, my name is Tamara Tamu. You have just tuned in to a new episode of Unleashed Alchemy. Thank you for being here. Those of you that have been here, I really appreciate you for sticking around, for sharing this message on this platform. We talk about standing firm in your I am power, bringing in the unseen into the seen, tapping in to the magic that is already encoded in your DNA, remembering who you are as an energetic cosmic being to live your soul-fulfilled life. That's what we talk about on this channel. So let's get into today's episode where we are talking about manifestation. So I started the video off with this comment that I heard someone say. And in this, as we break this down, I'm going to use the example of business, of a business, all right? But you can use any example that you want. It was easier for me to use the example of business because of this comment that I heard this individual say. And they said, my business wasn't a manifestation. I worked hard to build it. Business is not a manifestation. And they kept saying it over and over again. So I thought about that and thought about it and thought about it and thought about it, which turned into a complete episode. Okay. So let's talk about what manifestation means. And you know, if you've been around here, you know I go straight to dictionary.com. I love words. I love to break down the meaning of words, the root of the word. But all in all, we know that the root of words, or the etymology, the foundation of words, can we ever really get the true meaning of all these words that we as humans came up with? Probably not, but we have a base, okay? So dictionary.com is the base. So manifestation, it means to make clear, to make evident, to bring into the physical. Manifested means created, takes form. Okay, so hold on to those definitions as we go through this topic today. So the word manifestation, we know that it has been dropped like bombs in the self-help arena, in the spiritual arena. It has become this very popular, and now it's almost trendy, okay, that still gets floated around. You know, it became so trendy that it seemed to be the thing to talk about because that word attracts people. The word manifestation, it grabs, to this day, it grabs people's attention, all right? But what I have noticed is that there are many arenas, avenues, industries. Well, no, industry is not the word I want to use, but arenas that are now frowning upon the word manifestation. And so it's funny how something that can be so trendy one day, and then the next minute it's frowned upon. And so that's what I see happening. And I think the reason why, here, this is just from my perspective again, because of the misunderstandings of manifestation. because we have forgotten what the word manifest means. As I just read to you, to make clear, to make evident, to bring into the physical, to create, takes form. So, first of all, to say that you manifested something does not negate your effort. To say that you manifested something, whether it's a business or otherwise, does not negate your actions. It does not negate the work that you put toward that thing. In this case, we're going to keep using the example of business. It does not negate your action and your work for that business to take form. All right? And I think what has happened is, because when manifestation just exploded, that word was just, we saw it everywhere. People took that to mean, okay, I can manifest. So does that mean I have to put in action? Does that mean that I have to work? The thing is, manifestation does not equate to no work and no action. And so here's where we have to break this down a little bit more. As a spiritual being, when you become conscious of that you are a spiritual being, when your life becomes rooted in spirituality, you don't have to disregard your dreams and the things that you desire, i.e., a business. However, when your life becomes rooted, and when your relationship with the great creator, your connection with elevated consciousness, your relationship with Christ consciousness, whatever you want to call it, when that becomes the most important thing to you, those dreams that you have, or that dream that you have, it takes on a new flavor. Because now you're viewing those dreams, you're viewing that dream, you're viewing that desired business through a soul lens, not through the lens of your ego. So now we have to answer the question, okay, so what's the difference between having an ego lens versus a soul lens? Let's break this down further. So the ego says, this is what I want. This is the business that I want. I'm going to hustle. I'm going to grind. I am going to work harder than anyone else. Because this thing that I want, I know it's going to give me notoriety. It's going to bring me fame. It's going to bring me riches. It's going to bring me money. It's going to bring me exposure. I'll sleep when I'm dead. We've all heard that. I've said that. And trust me, from experience, you can say that. All of that hustle and grind, that's perfectly fine. And you may get results from that. And also understand this. There's nothing wrong with desiring fame, notoriety, money, exposure. There's nothing wrong with that. You have to ask yourself, why do you want those things? What do you think? How do you think you're going to feel having those things? So we're not talking about those things being right or wrong here. But that whole grind, I'll sleep when I'm dead, it's very egoic. It's based from looking at what you want through the lens of the ego. I tried that. And I wasn't sleeping, but I was walking around looking dead because I looked unhealthy, lost a bunch of weight. I got so small, I had a friend of mine sent me a picture, after I started gaining my weight back, I was at a healthy weight again, showed me a picture. I didn't even recognize myself. I did a double take and I gasped at a picture of myself. Okay. So, like I said, that egoic lens approach to your dreams, to your business, it can work and has worked for a lot of people. But there's another way. So now let's talk about viewing our dreams, viewing a dream, viewing what we want through the soul lens, i.e., a business. So the actual dream itself, it can start to look a little bit cloudy, so to speak, because you realize that the image that you've held is not exactly aligned with your soul. You may have wanted that painted image because of how you thought that painted image was going to make you feel. And then you start to realize, as you view your life through your soul lens, you start to realize that you can have whatever those feelings are, you can have those feelings in other ways. So the actual dream, is it still intact? Yes. Yet you know that because of your oneness with the great creator, you actually do not have to grind, hustle, force, work harder than anyone else, sleep when you're dead, to force anything to happen. Why? Because what is soul aligned is already complete. So now let's go back to the action as it relates to manifestation. So what does your action look like? Because we've already established that yes, you're going to have action. You're going to take action. There will always be some type of action, but the how and what that action looks like, because it's through the soul lens now, it's going to look and feel completely different than if we're taking action based on the ego lens. So what does action look like? It's inspired. It's inspired. Even when the action doesn't make sense to the ego, there is no overanalyzation. You find yourself just moving. You still move because you've released the how to that universal mind, to that all-knowing power that you are one with. You've released the how to that force. Doing that, 4 things happen. So here's where we get into the 4 reasons why manifestation is still valid. Number 1, as you are taking inspired action, you're experiencing these upgrades in your body. You're experiencing these upgrades in your soul. That's number 1. Your intuition is sharpened. That's number 2, because now you are allowing the infinite mind to guide you, because your inspired action is taking you beyond what your ego thinks that it knows about how to get to this dream, i.e., this business that you desire. Because in the way that that business unfolds on this physical plane is through ways that are soul aligned. Okay? So, number 2, your intuition is sharpened. Number 3, you are now put in a place of total awareness, of your oneness with the higher mind. It is a creative energy, a creative substance that is constantly at work within you. And if you put your attention and your focus on your soul, that creative substance that is constantly churning within you will guide you to the action that you need to take. It will guide you to the people that you need to talk to. The people will be guided to you. It will tell you, make this phone call, send this email, do this video, whatever, write this book, whatever. But it is inspired. Number 4, your magic is going to be more potent. Why? Because when you're viewing your dreams through your soul lens, it's taking you inward even more. It's turning on light switches to codes and magic in your DNA that you have not tapped into. And now all of a sudden, you find yourself being supernatural. You find yourself thinking a thought, and then it happens. You find yourself being inspired to make a phone call, and then that person calls you or contacts you first. Your magic is now more potent because now you're more aware of it. So, all 4 of these elements, now they have created this purple carpet, okay, that you can stand on so that now you can sustain those dreams, that business, and you can hold it with love, wisdom, integrity. Now you're able, because you have been strengthened from the inside out, now you're able to hold its expansion. You're able to hold its movement, its growth, its changes. You're able to hold its genius. You're able to hold its own codes, because the dream that you have that is soul fulfilled, okay, that is aligned with your soul, is actually holding you. It's actually being expressed through you. So when you say, I manifested, fill in the blank, I manifested this business, it does not minimize your actions. It does not mean you didn't take action. It doesn't negate your work, okay? What has happened is you have allowed your oneness with the all to be in your energy, to be your approach, instead of the ego being in full beast mode. Your soul is in full beast mode, okay? Your ego is not in beast mode anymore to force something or to make something happen. The energy behind your action is now infused with the all. With the all that is infinite knowing, with the all that is the creative substance and the creative power that you are one with. All right? So, your manifestations are valid. Saying that you manifested money, that you manifested your vacation, that you manifested your business, that you manifested being a best-selling author, it does not negate the action, the inspired action that you took on this physical plane. Okay, so that is it for this episode. If you have any questions for me, please let me know in the comments. Also, I want to remind you about the Unleashed Alchemy Mystery School. It is full and complete with spiritual wisdom that I do not share here on this channel. Okay, you have access to workshops that will provide you with support on your spiritual odyssey. There's also a community inside the Magic School where you can share, if you feel inclined to share your spiritual experiences with people that get you, people that understand you, with fellow magicians, with your fellow alchemists, okay, with your fellow superhumans that have said, yes, I am magical. And I am standing firm in my I am power to call forth what I desire so that I can live a soul fulfilled and soul aligned life. In that community, we go live one time a week where I will either do a Q&A session or I will be holding a live brand new workshop. Also, if you're looking for more one-on-one support on your spiritual odyssey, I provide a 90-day consulting process where you go from being afraid, okay, to tap into your spiritual power, to being fully confident in who you are, in your magic, to be fully confident to say, I am magic, I am a magical person, I can perform the supernatural. All right, it's a 90-day consulting package that I offer. The link to check out both the school and my one-on-one consulting will be in the description box of this video. All right, so until next time, cheers.